Among the many online first-person shooters released over the past decade, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege has managed to carve out a unique identity in a genre often dominated by fast-paced run-and-gun gameplay. Launched in 2015, Siege took a different approach, focusing on tactical precision, environmental destruction, and close-quarters team coordination. The game rewards planning, communication, and adaptability, with every round unfolding like a high-stakes chess match. And now with the release of Siege X, a major new chapter in the game's evolution, it's the perfect time to take a closer look at what operators are great for beginners. From its ever-growing roster of specialized operators to the constant updates and reworks that keeps its meta fresh, picking an operator at first can seem intimidating. So we're going to cover the 5 easiest defending operators to choose that can fit different playstyles. At number 5 I have Echo. Now, this might come as a surprise to some people who don't play Echo very often, but hear me out. Echo is actually a very versatile operator in Siege. He comes equipped with 2 drones that can move around the map and even stick to ceilings, giving you a ton of surveillance potential. On top of that, those drones can fire sonic bursts that disorient enemies, giving your teammates an open window to eliminate them. You can also hit enemies as they're planting the diffuser to buy the team some more time, or just deny plant until time runs out. You can stay on site and help reinforce, but if you really want to take the enemy by surprise, you can set up both your drones on the bombs and go hide off site. This prevents the enemy from knowing that an Echo exists on your team, and you can then use intel from your drones to flank them as a roamer. Another great thing about this is that Echo's submachine gun has a built-in suppressor, making him an excellent silent roamer. You can also use his impact grenades to open rotational holes in walls, or you could pick a deployable shield as his utility. Overall, Echo offers a great balance of support and sneaky play, and he doesn't demand a ton of skill to be effective. Whether you're holding down sight or pulling off meta flanks, he's a fantastic pick for beginners looking to learn both intel play and smart positioning. Up next at number 4 we have Kapkan. Kapkan's ability could not be simpler really, as he puts down mines on the side of doors that explode when an enemy operator walks through them. Now, Kapkan is a really good operator for beginners because some well-placed mines can literally get you kills without you having to fire even a single bullet, really. The only thing about him I would say is that once the other team knows you're playing Kapkan, they'll most likely start to check doors before they enter. Now, an interesting way to counter that is the same as Echo. You can hide in a separate room to hide from the drones in the droning phase, then quickly place your Kapkan mines around the site. This hides you and your Kapkan mines from the enemy, so you can use this opportunity to flank. Also, try not to place your Kapkans right in the bomb site rooms, as the enemy will probably check to see if the room is clear. Try to place Kapkans in connecting rooms and even certain hallways. Be sure to crouch when placing Kapkans, as this makes it impossible to crouch under them. It's also worth noting that one Kapkan only damages an enemy. You need to place at least 2 in the same spot to get a kill or a down, and placing a 3rd in the same spot will kill enemies that have more health than usual. His guns are great. You can choose between an SMG or his shotgun, great options for a preferred playstyle. He also has decent utility, giving you the option between a bulletproof camera or 2 reels of barbed wire that you can deploy around the map. At number 3 we have Legion. Legion can throw traps called goo mines that will injure enemies. Enemies that step in the goo mines will get a needle in their ankle that they will have to pull out. While they're doing this, they'll be standing completely still, making them vulnerable to attack. His guns are also pretty interesting. He has a shotgun with decent damage that comes attached with a suppressor, and an SMG with a high rate of fire as options for his primary. And if you don't want a shotgun as your primary, you can equip a shotgun as a secondary to make rotations in walls. For his utility, he has observational blockers and a bulletproof camera. Very similar playstyle to Kapkan with a few small differences. Firstly, you won't be getting any kills with Legion's goo mines. They're really more to distract the enemy from pushing the objective. Every time a mine gets triggered, you hear an audio cue and see which mine went off, giving you a heads up on where the attackers are pushing from. That information alone can win rounds. One of the best things about Legion is how easy his traps are to use, so you won't have to go hide or anything. Just tossing them in a hallway, stairwell, or plant spot can be enough. They're really difficult for enemies to see unless they're crouch walking and actively looking at the ground, so even basic placement can throw off an attacker's momentum. Whereas you can kind of benefit with hiding with Echo and Kapkan, it doesn't really make sense to hide with Legion. He isn't really a hide and surprise kind of defender. His strength comes from holding down an area, gathering intel, and being ready to engage once an enemy is slowed or distracted. He's best played near or just off site, where you can throw your traps into key entry points and rotate between them as the round goes on. so the best playstyle with him is to sit close to site and defend. At number 2, we have Castle. Really useful operator that's also easy to use, and good loadout options as well. Castle can put down barricades that are much stronger than normal barricades. A normal barricade takes 3 hits to break, Castle barricades take 9 hits to break. So in a way, you force the enemy team to either bring more hard breachers or take alternative routes to the objective, or at the very least, push the objective with another teammate. His ability is great for denying flanks around site. Great setup utility as well. You've got the option of choosing proximity alarms or bulletproof camera. He also has the option of picking a shotgun as his secondary, which makes setting up the site even easier. You can open rotation holes, lines of sight, or soft walls to help teammates reposition quickly. Overall, Castle teaches you a lot about positioning, team coordination, and how to delay or deny attackers without needing to take direct fights. He's simple to learn, but when used properly, he can completely change how a round plays out. Definitely a top pick if you're just starting out and want to be a valuable teammate from the get-go. And at the number 1 spot for the easiest, most beginner-friendly operators in Rainbow Six Siege, or Siege X, is Doc. Doc's ability is literally to heal teammates after they've taken damage. You can also heal yourself after you've taken damage. Now, Docs can either be the best support players on your team or just dead weight, honestly. The best playstyle with him is to stay close to site and heal teammates when they're within your range, or push with teammates together so that when they take damage you can heal them instantly. That said, some players prefer to roam alone as Doc and go for spawn peeks, which is questionable. People defend this playstyle by saying that since Doc can heal himself, he can afford to take more risks. And sure, that can work if you're good. His MP5 has a decent rate of fire and low recoil, which helps. But realistically, you want to stick near your teammates to get the most out of his stim pistol and make real impacts with his ability. He has excellent options when it comes to choosing his guns. He has the MP5 or the P90 as SMG options, and he even has a shotgun that you can choose. For secondaries, he gets a standard pistol and 2 revolvers, one that deals high damage and another that's great for creating rotations in walls or holes in floors. For his utility, Doc either brings a bulletproof camera or 2 reels of barbed wire, both useful for locking down the site and gathering intel. At the end of the day, Siege isn't always easy to love, with its steep learning curve and unpredictable teammates. But when it clicks, there's nothing quite like it. What do you think are some beginner-friendly operators in Siege? What would you rather put on this list? Let me know in the comments down below and I'll respond to them as soon as I can. Killswitch out.